Hello. This is Shay. I know I have said I was going to do a video so often. I'm so sorry that it's actually taking a lot longer. And make sure everybody who is watching this video now or whenever to subscribe to my page and also click the little bell so that way anytime I post a video or Willie posts a video, you will know. Also, comment anytime, whenever, and also you can email me, not email me, but go to my Facebook and inbox me. A lot of you probably already friends on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this topic. Hi. So today, I wanted to talk about spirituality, and I wanted to tell you my outlook on spirituality and what spirituality is to me, and also some of my experiences as to why I view spirituality the way I do. Now, first, when I'm speaking about this, I want you to separate spirituality and religion. To me, spirituality is, it's your natural, it's the natural balance of right and wrong and knowing and all those things. Religion is the structure and order that rules that you follow that just with your spirituality. But I've noticed with a lot of religions, they don't speak much on spirituality and even ignore the fact of spirits themselves. Certain parts of religion, like that's all it is, like when people do exorcists and stuff like that. But then other branches of religion just completely call it bunkers, which I don't get that, because how can you have faith in something? Because your faith, your belief, it's you spiritually believing in this shell that you're in, no matter what color it is, no matter what size it is, no matter how old it is, it's a shell. It's an earthly bound shell. Your spirit is different. So some of the things I wanted to talk about with religion and spirituality, with a lot of religions, what I've seen, and I haven't really gone a lot into some, but from what I have, it's like that they tell you to go against your unnatural. Like whatever is the natural of the cosmics, the world, the earth, and us as a human race in general, it a lot of times tells you to go against it or feels a certain way. The Bible, the Quran, all types of Bibles of every religion speak on spirituality, but then again, don't speak on spirituality. It does, but it's like kind of metaphoric. It never really, or from my understanding, never really speaks on it outwards. So, and then also you have science, which is a totally different thing. So you have spirituality, religion, and science. They're all three are tied, but for some reason they don't want to coexist when we think about it together. It's like, no, you can't have this without this, or no, this is not this. And also it's the free versus the unfree. Like things you can do spiritually is literally it's free. Like you can go through realms, you can through dimensions, you can do all these things, you can communicate spiritually with each other. It's free, it flows. Religion uniforms it. Only do this, only do this. If you do this, then it's to scare you that this is going to happen, but it puts it in a metaphoric way. Ooh, stop, get your fingers out of your mouth. Don't do that. It's not funny. It's not funny. Puts it in a metaphoric way to where you can't really understand it. Also, with spirituality comes portals and vibrations, because also you are your physical form and you are your spirit on multiple vibrations, multiple dimensions. What you can feel with reality, the physical things, your skin, objects that you can touch, are of the physical realm. But then you have the spirit realm, which is your thoughts, your feelings, vibrations, those types of things. Those things are felt on a more spiritual. Then we go back to religion. A lot of religions, especially in like the black community, music is like really tied into our religions. And that's because spiritually the vibrations, we feel it when we congregate. That's a vibration in itself, with us speaking about whatever it is, and then throwing music in it changes the vibrations of what we're talking into a certain form, manifest the beliefs to where people say you speak it and it'll come. That's that vibration. You speak it in that spirit realm, the vibrations, and it changes it, and it happens. May not be physically like right in front of you, which I've heard some people can, but I don't know about all that. That's something different. But like when people finally get the strength to get out of a bad relationship, when people finally like, you know what, I'm going to do better. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to change this. I'm an addict. I'm deciding I don't want to do drugs no more. Alcohol. I want this promotion at work. I want this education. I want to learn this. Those things, when you manifest it as a thought in the spirit realm, and then it happens. But you kind of have to do a little bit. So you physically have to kind of, you make the thought like, okay, I've dedicated myself to this. This is what I want to do. And that thought puts your body, your physical, into motion of doing it. And regardless of how long it may take for it to happen, that kind of depicts on what it is in you yourself. Stop, boo. Stop. I know I feel that the spirit is never ending. When you first are created, the first when conscious comes in, that's your spirit coming in. Then after your spirit, your conscious comes in, decides to do things, and that's when the physical starts to form and you get all the cells and all that stuff. But excuse me, I had to eat earlier, stuck in my throat. But back to what I was saying about vibrations and music, and like I said, in the black community, our churches are filled with it. The percussions, the drums, all those things. And that thing when people catch the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, when they start to speaking in tongue and those things, that is you subconsciously separating from your physical to spiritual, almost, and you somewhat become a portal. That's why some people say it's somewhat dangerous when that happens, because that portal, a lot of times, if the congregation does not have good intent, the things that come through those portals, when people have those vibrations going on, they changing their vibration spiritually, and they could see things on a more subconscious level. There are other beings there that wants to relive the human experience. So that's when you get people who become possessed, multi-personalities and stuff like that. Yes, sometimes it's a makeup in the brain that goes wrong, but a lot of times it's literally two people, 3, 4, 5 people living in one person spiritually in one vessel, and only one can be in control, so everybody is fighting for control. So that's when you hear the voices and stuff, things like that. That's the spirits that have either taken control of the vessel, or that has attached themselves to the vessel. Stop, bro. Stop, 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 stop. Like, some people fear death, and that's because it's, some people feel it's the unknown. Religion gives you something to believe on the other end of that. If you do good on earth, your spirit goes to heaven. If you do bad, you go to hell, purgatory, whatever. You are damned soul, basically. To me, that in general is like your higher self, lower self. Like, if you done good throughout your life, you put your spirit at a higher vibration, which automatically puts you in a higher dimension. So the thing you experience afterwards, after you leave physically, is on a more euphoric, beautiful plane. Whereas if you have done harm, done evil throughout your life, you put your spirit at a low vibration, which means you running on primal, which means when you die, your spirit goes and it experiences that lower vibration, which people feel is hell or purgatory, or you know whatever else people want to call it. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. So I kind of get where that heaven and hell comes in, because heaven is this beautiful place, hell is this fiery place. Yeah, if you damn yourself by whatever you do physically, you experience it spiritually, and your spirit it remembers these things. Like, I know a lot of people who have experienced, like, I kind of remember doing something, but I didn't do it, like deja vu type things, or certain things that you don't know why you like or love or hate. That's experience that your soul have felt, whether it's in earlier life that you experience it now or previous lives. Oh, this is biting me with no teeth. One way that I found to tap into basically that spirit realm, your spirit, is meditation. I know a lot of people talk about it, and it actually works. The very first time I tried it, I actually got real scared. And that was because I didn't understand I've never been that relaxed before. Like, I drifted, like I couldn't hear anything around me besides my breathing and my heartbeat. And unconsciously, I didn't understand it, so I ended up breaking out of it. And I didn't do it for a while. But as I studied a little bit more and looked up on it a little bit more and things like that, and spoke to a couple of people that have done it, I gave it a try again, and afterwards, it's almost like a reset button. Stop, spiritually. Where did you go? It's almost like a reset button. Really? Here. Like I said, it's like a reset button spiritually. I know that I have done it in my sleep, and I actually did it recently. I was telling Willie, I don't know where I went spiritually or what happened when I was asleep, but I woke up and I felt really good. I felt like filled with like this light of happiness. Like, I don't understand. I didn't understand it, and I still don't, but I just know it felt really good. So I said I remember bits and pieces of like visuals that pop up, but mainly what I remember feeling is a joy, a feeling of joy and love during like throughout the whole night whenever I was asleep. Like I was like sometimes I was sleeping, my heart races. Like I woke up early. I was calm. I felt really good. I got the kids up and dressed. We was out and stuff like that. So that type of stuff is real. When you tap into your spirit and let it roam sometimes and can explore that, it feels really good. Because what some people don't understand is that us as a being, we are, like I said, we are the physical and we are the spirit at once right now. Like we are the physical, like what you can see, but we're also the spirit, that inner voice that we hear in our head. Who watches this video, whatever you may be saying, whether you like the video, don't like the video, believe what I'm saying, don't believe what I'm saying, whatever comments you may have, and you're not saying it physically like I'm talking right now, you're speaking and you're using the spirit. That's you in the spirit that's speaking. That's you as a spirit that's speaking. So we are that. We are the physical and we are the inner, the spirit. So the spirit can leave the physical and we still be that, the physical and the spirit. Some people can tap into it so well that when they sleep at night, they can do what's called astral project, where they physically push their spirit out of their body and roam around wherever and can remember that experience to full detail when they come back to their body. Can't do that. Kind of scared to do that. Yeah. But I haven't spoken to anybody who has, but I've seen a lot of videos and read a lot of comments and stuff like that about people who have done it. And seems pretty cool, but like I said, I'm scared. Anybody who have tried it, and whether it was a good experience or a bad experience, please comment and let me know, because I would love to, pick your brain a little bit and actually see how that went. Stop stinking. But I know is people are able to tap into it as well through meditation. You will hear a lot of people when they meditate, they'll have like what's called going, and a lot of people say that is the sound of the universe. When you tap into that sound and that frequency of vibration, which I cannot remember what it is, you detach yourself spiritually from the physical, and you can experience things on a more subconscious level and remember the experience that you are experiencing when you get back to the physical, and use that experience to do whatever it was your focus of meditation was. To me, when some people speak of spirituality, they speak of ghosts, was what it's called, and it's not wrong, it's not right. It's like kind of like one of those things. Spirits are ghosts. Your spirituality is your ghost, your inside, if that's how you want to look at it. And then that's basically what it is. So like people who have, when family members have passed and they may see them, briefly, wherever it is, then a lot of times that's their spirit coming through to reality and fading and going back out. Experience that I've had with that is my uncle passed a couple years ago from cancer, and how things work, and this is how I know, like, a lot physical and spirit, all this stuff is tied and things happen for a reason. He died Christmas Day. Now I stayed in another city at the time, and so me and my husband at the time, boyfriend, we were going to stay with him for Christmas Eve. We stayed the night before, but I got real uneasy in the house, in the hospice place. So I told him, it's like 3-4 o'clock, that time. I didn't think about it then, but I think about it now. And I was telling him, like, I gotta get out of here. I can't stay. Like, I can't sleep. I'm real uneasy. So we left. We was like, we'll come back, spend the night Christmas Eve, wake up with a Christmas morning. We get home, we lock the keys in the car. Lock the keys in the car, which locks the house keys in the car. We can't get into the apartment. A cousin stayed up the street. We went up the street, had him take us to my brother-in-law house, where we spent the night there. Got away back to the house, got us somebody to unlock the door. That didn't happen until like later on during the day. Then I can't remember what happened to why we didn't go, but we didn't go Christmas Eve. So we was like, everybody was going to go Christmas Day. My grandmama was cooking, my mama was at work. We was going to go up there on Christmas Day. So when we got back to the house, and can't remember what I did, but nighttime came around. We're asleep, and I wake up. Like, I didn't know I was up, but I woke up, and I walked from my bedroom. I went to the bathroom. I stood in my bathroom for a second, and I walked to my kitchen. Like, I remember this dazed walk. Like, I'm walking and I'm looking, but I'm not looking, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I walk to my kitchen, and I stand in front of the stove that has the time, and I'm looking at the time. It says 2:59. When 3 o'clock come, it's like something snaps, and I'm like, well, I'm in the kitchen. I'm looking around. I look at the time. It's now it's like time was going fast. Like, it's now 3:01. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on. So I went, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Christmas. Let me call my mama. I called my mama. She sounded real funny. I'm thinking I woke her up, but I'm thinking she irritated with me. So I'm like, okay, I love you. Bye. I called my grandmama. She didn't answer the phone. So I'm like, no, I call my grandma. She does answer the phone, but she fussing because she cooking. So hang up the phone. I go back to sleep. My phone rings. Willie answers it before I do, and I lift up, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, do you want me to tell her? And I'm like, yo, what? He tells me that my uncle passes. When I talked to my mom, they got him at passing at 2:45 or 2:50. They called her around 2:50, 2:55. I called her, and they was on the phone with her for 5 minutes, telling her what happened and everything, what time when they went in there and stuff like that. And I called her soon as they got off the phone. Willie has said that he heard me. I was talking and moving a lot in my sleep prior to me getting up. He thought I just went to the bathroom. Prior to me getting up, I was moving a lot and talking a lot, and he didn't really understand what I was saying. He just thought it was sleep mumble. I told my mom, I said, everything happened that day for a reason, because we were supposed to be at that hospice with him Christmas Eve. When he passed, I kid you not, I believe I felt the confusion that my uncle felt when he died. And the reason I say that is because that man was supposed to not make it to Thanksgiving. My mom was getting married April the next year. He was supposed to walk her down the aisle because my grandfather passed. Everything up to that day, all he kept telling my mama was, I'm gonna be hot in my hat. I'm gonna be hot in my hat, because he was gonna wear, my mama had all the men in white suits, and he was gonna have a white hat. That's all he kept saying. That's all he kept saying. Thanksgiving came. He's in hospice now. This man took his spirit, took his physical well beyond the point of basically should have been able to be functioning. My mom told me that when he, at one point towards the end, a couple days before he died, he was choking, and when she tapped him, like started hitting him on his back to, thinking he's got spit or whatever, he starts to throw up. It is shit, vomit, blood, like black shit. Like my mom, she freaked completely out. She ain't basically, he was throwing up his insides. When he spoke to you, like it smelled like rot. Like this man was dying from the inside, but that spirit was like, I know I have a purpose. Before I go, I'm gonna make it. You can tell, like literally, when the week he passed, everybody in all the rooms around him on that hallway were dying. Everybody. And it was like he would drift off to sleep sometimes, and he would wake up fighting, like literally, like he's swinging, saying no, he's swinging. He told us at one point that he was scared to die. So he didn't want to go. He was scared to experience that. And also, like I said, he wanted to be at my mom's wedding. And like I said, the reason I said all that, to understand why I told my mom, I felt like when he passed, he came back to my house. He used me because, like I say, I've had experiences before where I've spoken with family members and stuff like that. And I'll speak on that in another video, those ties with family members who've passed and the living and stuff like that. But I've had other experiences, and I'll go into some of those later on in the video. But I think that he came to me, and like we were there together, because like I said, it was like I was real confused, and it's like time, there was no time. Like I'm looking at the time, and I go away and I look at the time again, it's changing, like, and I'm sitting here like I don't understand. Like I was really like lost, like somebody who sleepwalks days. Like I was dazed, but I remember. So it was like I was there, but I wasn't there. And when you speak on spirituality, the vibrations and portals, you speak on dimensions. I know a lot of people know what those are. Dimensions, you have the third dimension. You have one dimension, no, not one, which is like just one thing. Ooh, my bad. I wasn't even looking. I didn't know it did that. Sorry. You have one dimension, you have two dimension, three dimension, four dimension, 5 dimension, 6, 7, so forth. We are in the 3D, the 3 dimension, 3D, because it's something physically you can touch. It's like everything is touchable. It comes out at you and stuff like that. You have 2D, which is like you're writing and stuff like that. Then you have 4D, which is everything in reality plus, which is where it is said that the spirit world resides. That's where your thoughts are, your spirits and vibrations and all that. That's what those things I felt. Then you go into 5th dimension and 6th dimension, where it gets real complicated. I'm not gonna confuse you with that stuff. And also, I know some people have heard of the third eye. The third eye is basically your spirit guide. Like that's where you spiritually experience reality through your third eye. So if you are somebody whose third eye is open and you are using it, then you are somebody who's in tune with the spirit world. If you are somebody who has a crystallized third eye, which means that means basically you are detached from the spirit world. Like, yeah, you are experiencing now, but like what's going on around you, you are detached from. Like, you have those people who feel vibes and see auras. Those things are on the spirit realm. Yeah, that's your spirituality. Stop, boo. You have people who can just downright see spirits. Those people who open. If you can, if spirits openly come to you and you can speak with them and travel with them and experience them, your third eye, you're viewing life through your third eye, not just your two physical. You're viewing it through your third. Like I said, if you're somebody who third eye is crystallized, you're detached, which means when somebody else is getting a vibe from somebody, you're like, I don't know. I mean, they seem cool to me, because you're spiritually detached from the spirits around you, which means it could be somebody next to you who gives off, who aura literally is making people around them sick. They are that toxic. And people who are in tune with the spirituality will know you're somebody I do not need to be associated with. Like, being around you literally and physically makes me ill. Whereas somebody else would just be like, I don't know, I'm just down, and they stay around and keep socializing with the person. And this is where you get toxic relationships, whether they're romantic relationships or friendships. You have people who are just not meant to, but just like they just spiritually drain you. Like, after a conversation with them, like, you feel like, oh my God, like, I'm tired, like, just from talking to this person. Oh, just because, whether it's the phone, video, whatever, like, they drained you spiritually. Then you have those people that you speak with and you like, I feel good after speaking with them. I feel like I can do some things, I can read some things, I can study some things, I can almost do goddamn. Those people who give you energy boost, like, those people radiate energy. And a lot of times those people who are really in tune with their spirituality and they feed their spirit. There are ways to feed the spirit. And one of the biggest things is love. I don't know if anybody's ever realized, like, love and laughter, how contagiously lifting it is. Like, if you sit in, like, experiences that has been done with people sitting in, but nobody's talking, nobody knows anybody. All of a sudden, somebody just breaks out into like this hysterical laughter. After maybe less than 5 minutes, the whole damn bus is like laughing hysterically. Nobody knows why the hell they laughing, because that one person who was so happy gave off that happiness, that love vibration. I got a bump. No, that's not a bump. What the heck did the boy put on my face? They set off that love vibration, that it bounced off and fed somebody else's energy and their spirit was filled, and it bounced off and fed somebody, like it, and it became a domino effect. Now, if you are somebody who's detached spiritually, and you wouldn't understand that, you wouldn't feel that, you would be like, why are you laughing? That happiness wouldn't, like, it wouldn't affect you. It would, but it wouldn't. Now, not to the enhancement of somebody who third eye is not crystallized. It doesn't have to be open, but somebody who's not crystallized. Ooh, like somebody was in my yard. So, another thing, like I said, when you go to, a lot of times people go to the spirit world and don't know. It's like I said, it's when you're sleeping. And that's because when you go into basically an automatic meditation. Your body is at its most relaxed. You're breathing so consciously you're shut down, and that allows for you subconsciously, spiritually, to wander. Now, once again, I said before, it's fun, and then it can be scary because there are not always good entities. And like I said before, we're all on it's one plane, one spiritual plane, just where you are spiritually, whether you're in your higher self or your lower self. Everything is coexisting right now as one. The physical, the higher selves, lower selves, like all of that is coexisting as one. So people who passed in their lower selves, their spirits are not good. They're not good spirits. You get the tricksters and people who, when you say demons and demonic entities and all those things, because they can be really scary. And I've had very, very happy not as many experiences with those, but I have had experiences with bad spirits as well. I was a lot younger. It was a dream. I don't know why I do it a lot. I astral project a lot in my dreams. Like I said, I tried to do it consciously by meditation. Did not work. But subconsciously, I guess I like doing it. Consciously, and my brain and all this physical, it just ain't understanding all that. So I'm working on that. But like I said, I was a lot younger, staying in Michigan, and I fell asleep. I didn't even know I was asleep because the dream was basically what was going on. We was driving to pick up my grandmama, and in the dream we was driving to pick up my grandmama. But I knew it was a dream because we drove into the building. So when we drove into the building, we got to the part where the elevator was, and my mom told me, "Go get your grandma." Always told me to do, because everybody who worked there with my grandma knew me, knew who I belonged to. So we did that. So I took my sister Shireen, and we went and got in the elevator. We get in the elevator. We was just us in there by ourselves, and all of a sudden this man appears. I don't know this man. I've never seen this man before a day in my life. Don't know him at all. And all of a sudden he grabs my sister. And when he grabs her, I go to yell, nothing comes out. I go to move. I'm moving like I weigh a freaking ton. I can't, I'm trying to lift my arms. I'm trying to run. It's like I'm froze. And he was just grabbing on her. He didn't take her nowhere. Like I said, we still in the elevator. He just grabbing on her and stuff like that. And I could hear her screaming. She's moving like normal. He's moving normal. But I'm moving like so freaking slow. And then all of a sudden it's like he rushes me. And when he rushes me, I wake up. And when I wake up, we in my grandma's job parking lot. My grandma walking out the building. Another dream I had when we stayed in another city in Cary. This is where I was speaking a lot with people spiritually. I was reading the Bible. I was studying certain religions and spirit. I was talking about it a lot. And speaking to a lot of people who wanted to talk. This dream made me kind of limit myself in who I spoke to about what. I woke up in this room. Don't know the room. Room was a room I recognized, but I still to this day I cannot think of where this room was. But I felt really home. I wasn't scared, and it was nothing but it was nothing but windows around the whole room. So when I went to the window, like for some reason I didn't open it. I just walked to like each window, and then I just stood in the middle of the room, and all of a sudden this cackle of laughter I could hear. And it was like it was be at each window. Like it'll go to this window, then this window, then this window, then this window, this window. Like it was bouncing windows. And also this made me feel how I feel about certain things. I'm sitting here yelling, I rebuke you, you do not belong here, you do not belong here. I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. When I say the laughter that erupted from this motherfucking thing, but I still was not scared. I got so angry. And so I just started yelling out different names. I rebuke you in Yeshua. I rebuke you in Yahiva. I rebuke you. Like I'm saying when I'm saying like this thing is like it is bawling over, like laughing. I finally decide to move one of the shades, move it over. The first one I moved is an image that I see. It's a tethered dress. I don't know. And the skin is really fair. I couldn't tell if it was a white lady or a light skinned black lady. I just know the skin was fair. It had a tethered nightgown on. The face, and I saw the face when I went to another. After I opened it, it vanished, and I heard the laughter again in another window. I went to that window and I swung it back fast. So the first one I just peeked. This one I swung it back, and all I saw, I didn't see nothing down. All I saw was a face, and I saw it fade, and it was a fair-skinned female and with black hair her hair swooped. So all I saw was one, but it looked like she had blood on her, but it didn't look like it came from her. You get what I'm saying? Like it was like blood on her, but it wasn't hers. So I don't know where the fuck it came from. And when I seen that face, it was like something snapped, and I backed away. And and I can't remember what I said, but I didn't physically say something. I thought it in my head, and the thing went away. I don't know what it was. To this day, I don't know what it was, and I 100% don't know what that dream meant. But it alone kind of curved my religion and spirituality, because the names that I had grew up learning was a holy name, protective name. This entity, it was a taunting laughter. It gave me chills, but like I said, it just made me really angry. I didn't get scared. And when I think about that, I think that those are entities that are trying to guide my spirit, whether they scare me or scary looking or are a family member. They're guiding me, whether don't go down this path or go down this path. So whatever the hell path I was going down when I had that dream, it needed to be stopped. And so I have made some changes, and I haven't had the dream or anything similar to it lately. Also, what I want to speak on is spirituality and black people, because I know a lot of shows that you see, it's with white people who are mediums and speaking to ghosts and can do all these other things and stuff like that. Well, I feel that no matter your race, no matter your sex, no matter your age, you have a spirit, therefore you are attached to the spirit realm. The difference to me with melanated people and non-melanated people is melanin is something that's natural, that's found in everything and everywhere in the universe. If you do not have it, you cannot receive the messages to a certain extent. You can't receive the messages needed for survival. Our melanin acts as an antenna.